So TMZ, Nick Fuentes' Andrew Tate party to Van Dome writes the thing. We're aware of a video circulating online. Club plays HH.
They don't understand the things I say on Twitter.
Yo, can't have fun, bro. Dudes are losing their minds over this shit. But you know what? If we're playing some little Dirk talking about getting killed, no one would give a. If we were playing some King Von and he's talking about how he shot KI, talking about how he's gonna slide on Duck, you know, how he's smoking Tuka in my lungs, nobody would give a. Nobody would give a shit. Real that died recently getting made fun of in fucking in rap songs that were violently murdered. If we played that shit, we're like, yeah. Nobody will give a just goes to show the ridiculousness. Anyway, so it goes here. We are currently conducting an internal review to understand the circumstances surrounding how this request song came to be played during a bottle parade. Bro, niggas are so bro. It's like, bro, it ain't that serious, man. Here to say Sneeko, Nick Fuentes. Oh, I'm not even put in here. I guess I'm not cool enough. Fair enough. I ain't in it. All right, here's
Why is he saying our name?
All right, let's see here.
Nazis are DEI. Andrew Tate, Nick Fuentes, Sneeko last night.
Yo, you know what's funny? I called that this was gonna say something, dude. I said it yesterday. I was like, with Sneeko, Nick, I was like, watch Hasan and all the left wing make a video, and as expected, here these niggas are.
And that is, of course, perhaps one of the worst things I've ever encountered on the internet. You know, just the absolute.
You literally play Houthi propaganda on stream, bro. On stream, okay? Like, I don't want to hear, bro. This fucking guy, dude.
Worst of the worst. The absolute worst of the worst.
Hold on, let me see here if I can. I don't like how this shit is flipped.
No.
Hold on one sec. All right, I'll probably drop it tomorrow.
Except for this. I have a conscience and I'm not a white supremacist. Also, unironically, I'm whiter than all of these guys. So that's probably the reason why they didn't invite me to the diversity seminar at the conference.
Well, bro, you mad? Yeah, you can come to the next one, dude. You can come to the next clan meeting, bro. You are welcome to come to the next clan meeting, okay? All you have to do is ask, bro. All right? That's all you have to do. This guy's mad. He didn't get invited.
Okay? That's why I wasn't invited. I mean, there's numerous reasons. Number one, I'm sick.
Well, you're also but it's okay. We'll let you come hang out with your tie-dye shirt and bead necklace.
6'4", and I think these guys barely crack 6 foot. I don't think any of them do, actually.
Is this like a retard? All right, let me read some chats before I cook this guy.
Okay, number two, I'm the whitest person in this room, except for this dipshit. Number three, I'm too straight for these guys. Let's be real, okay?
Bruh.
And more importantly, I'm not a ginormous shithead.
Okay.
But I will say, woke is so back, and this is yet another testament to woke being back, as I was joking about.
No, woke is not back, actually. Woke is dead in the water. And the fact that we went viral like this proves that woke is dead in the water. Bro, Hasan, it's not 2015 anymore, bro. Like, being a gay, progressive, pro-trans, pro-woman, pro-gay marriage is no longer cool, dude. Okay? It's not cool. It's annoying because you fight with your own chat because they're so insufferable. Like, you can't even say the word. Bro, he's got to call it like the R word. Dude, anytime he talks about something, like, his chat starts losing their minds. They're such. It's actually annoying.
But also kind of sincerely talking about for like the last couple of months, we are so woke that I said America's a profoundly diverse nation. Even our or DEI. Andrew Tate, Nick Fuentes, Sneeko, Tristan Tate, Clavicular, Myron, and Justin Waller arrive at the club playing Ye's band song.
Real nigga timing, baby. Real timing.
Turning tables, El Ego.
Yo, he's so pissed, yo. just feel the liberal heat just coming off this nigga. He's like, no, bigotry, racism, anti-Semitism, losing his mind, bruh. The seething is crazy. Yes, my friend, the tables have turned. Real unite. We are here. We are taking over. Okay? That's the reality. You're over here shocking dogs. Meanwhile, my dog throws a Roman salute. You're fat, useless dog that you gotta shock because that bitch don't listen to you. Meanwhile, Frank is a purebred, intelligent, high IQ border collie that could throw Roman. I wish he was here right now. Yo, he's so mad right now, dude. Bro is losing his mind. And I love that we're doing this on OSS so I can just say what it is. Because we do got a little bit of heat on us right now. TMZ is releasing articles. The in Miami Beach are and complaining and crying as usual, right? They're trying to do the shut it down. Do the shut it down. Do the shut it down. Spin that little hat. Bro, this is like my fifth encounter with these. Yo, it's like, it never ends. First, it's Media Matters. Holocaust deniers, Myron, Nick Fuentes and Sneeko and John Zerka. Then it's Holocaust revisionists. Then it's let them cook. Now it's like, yo, can live, bro? What the man?
Yeah, remember that guy said that Sneeko is leaning left, and I told him that, you know, he's leaning in whichever way the wind is blowing, and that he's ultimately just a grifter. They all sucked each other off after this, by the way. I don't even want to, normally I would say like this shit's gay as hell, ironically, but I don't even want to associate gay people with anything that's on screen right now. You know what I mean? It's
like, yo, see, here's another thing too, bro. That's, I love when people say that, like, you know, people call me gay, people call Nick gay, people call Sneeko gay. Like, I love when they say that because I'm like, in my head, I'm like, if you're a real progressive and you knew that we were actually gay, you would never say that. Why? Because insulting an actual gay person for being gay is completely antithetical to your progressive ideals. So the only reason, like Hasan and those other losers, and when I say I don't mean as in like a homosexual, I mean like just behaving like an annoying, which is what Hasan is. The only reason they feel comfortable calling us gay is because we're heterosexual. If we were actually gay, they would never do that because that would be completely antithetical to their progressive mission of giving rights and protections for everyone. That is precisely why they feel safe calling us gay, because we're not. It's like the biggest self-defeating argument whenever progressives call me gay. It's like, it's actually hilarious to me when they do that shit.
It's like this is,
it's like their go-to move because they don't have anything else.
This is truly the lowest of the low, I think. Like the only group that's not.
And it's funny because they're like putting in the chat, where are the women? They don't realize that we went there with like 5 different cars and the women were in other cars. We brought a bunch of chicks and we had a bunch of chicks there.
Represented here is
him and his brain dead liberal fans, purple haired, pink nail, black nail polish.
Ross, I'm surprised that he wasn't. What is this? Okay. Oh, this is Turning Tables. Cool guys, but it's a music podcast. Hey, it's on the hunt. If they don't ban you from Vancouver, you should stop by the podcast in February, or we could just come see you speak. Invite him. I don't listen to music on a music pod. You guys just don't see the vision. He literally doesn't listen to music. It's probably the worst collaboration possible. No, this is why it's the best collab. I'm down, dude. What? Why'd you say El Ego? You know, I don't see everything that, guys, is Twitter. If someone adds me on Twitter and I don't see it, it's because I don't look at my notifications. You think I look at my inbounds? It's my inbounds look like this.
Mad because we're taking over.
My inbounds on Twitter are like this at any given moment.
Now here's the thing. Like, look, here's the other thing that like people like Hasan and a lot of these progressives are very angry about. Let's have a real discussion here, okay? Hasan is right around my age, and so is Kyle Kalinske, right? And the problem is simply this. The older progressives, commentators like Kyle and Hasan, who have been doing this for like 10 plus years, all the way to the newer guys like Dean Withers and Harry Sisson, who are young guys, right? Whether it's the older dudes or these younger guys that are on TikTok. The reason why you guys have lost the young men is because you guys are, when I call you guys, I don't mean as in you guys are actually homosexual. What I mean by this is you guys are, and what I mean by you guys being is you guys let political correct culture, not offending people, and you guys use pejorative labeling terms to insult and criticize people that you don't agree with. And honestly, people have been tired of it since the Obama era, okay? So this rise in anti-Semitism or misogyny or whatever the fuck you want to say, this rise is a direct contrast to the politically correct generation that I even admit I'm a part of, and that we also see coming from the TikTok left. Men are tired of being told that women are sugar, spice, and everything nice. Men are tired of being told that black people aren't criminals. Men are tired of being told what they can and can't say, all right? We're tired of having to tiptoe around the fact that run America, right? Now, people like Hasan and Dean Withers will talk about Zionism to a degree, but they will stop at Zionism. They won't talk about power. They won't talk about the inherent issues of Judaism in itself for fear of being called an anti-Semite. They keep it strictly political because they're too scared to go all the way and call it what it is, right? And this is precisely why Kamala Harris lost the election. He talked about it in her book, page 176, to guys like me and Andrew Tate, right? And Nick and Sneeko as well. Zerka. Between me, Zerka, Nick Fuentes, the Tates, Clavicular now, we absolutely red-pilled an entire generation of men, guys from 10 all the way to their 30s. One of us has been able to influence them and make them more based. We're not going to sit here and let you guys tone police us. We're not going to sit here and let you guys say we can't say. We're not going to sit here and let you guys say we can't say. We're not going to let you guys sit here and say that we can't talk about and everything else like that. We say what the fuck we want to say over here. And the rise of this mindset, the fail of the Democratic Party and the left in general, garnering the support of young men, is directly attributed to not just the influencers, but the party in itself, where they have completely forgotten, ostracized, and on young men. And here's another ugly reality too. Hasan Piker, Kyle Kulinski, Dean Withers, Harry Sisson, they're not cool. Do any of you aspire to look like these? Seriously? Look at Hasan. Bro has a beaded necklace with a purple hoodie, has painted fingernail polish, scared to say, what? Does anyone want to look like Kyle Kulinski? Blonde hair, earring. He can't even debate Michael Knowles properly. You're a good one. Name calling. Like he had a perfect opportunity to dunk on Michael Knowles and be like, well, you agree with Trump on 97% of the stuff. This is why you're wrong. Instead, what does he do? You're a as his camera's shaking all over the place. Because as usual, progressives can't debate real ideas. They have to resort to name calling. Or it's old hags like those two that yap about conservatives. Or Dean Withers being a loser, touching his cushion pin. I'm stressed, I gotta use this. Or Harry Sisson just being a straight up hypocrite. Talks about being a progressive, but is womanizing these hoes like a conservative would. Come on, man. He got exposed for that. Didn't know what to do. And the biggest reason why these progressives have lost the young men is because we know it's not authentic. You think Kyle and Hasan and all these other aren't saying when no one's looking? You think they're not calling blacks behind the scenes? You don't think they're saying people are? You don't think they're calling? They absolutely are. They absolutely are. They're just not keeping it real. The reason why we are so liked, who've been growing in popularity, is because I could just be myself. I could go on these college campuses and say what I really think. And they need to be second-class citizens. Indians do stink. Black people do commit a ridiculous amount of crime. No one wants to live in a black neighborhood. It wasn't 6 million. It's a table. Okay? Did I mention? It's an important one. Finally, we are saying what all of you are thinking. And not only are we saying what all of you are thinking, we are the megaphone for the men. Because unfortunately, in a gynocentric social order where on everything, they tone police and they say what can and can't be said because these are the HR of public discourse nowadays. Most men don't have the nuts to tell them that they're. It's okay, I do it though. In the grand scheme of things, there's only a few male influencers that will have the balls to say because they are. They're literally. And society's been dropping off precipitously as they've gained more and more power and influence in our country. You guys think we invaded Venezuela? Like, because things are great? No. We went from the unipolar power to now a multipolar power. I attribute a significant amount of that to stepping into positions of power in the government, entering the workforce, etc. Post-World War II, we had an edge. We weren't as representative in positions of power. Fast forward near 100 years later, we're a declining superpower and we have more power and rights than ever before. I know correlation isn't causation, but I absolutely think that countries like the United States, countries in Western Europe that now have feminine rulers or in positions of power have all declined. I wonder why. Meanwhile, the rising powers like Russia and China, they still know these winners.
Fatality.
Anyway, besides all that, going back to America and not foreign geopolitical affairs, the reason why Kamala Harris lost the election, she admitted in her book, page 176 to be exact, this is her book right here, by the way, where she identified me and Andrew Tate as being more of a force to get young men to vote to the other way is because the progressives, the male progressives, are not cool. No one wants to wake up and look like Hasan Piker and paint their fingernails. No one thinks Dean Withers is a good role model. He's a that's soft. Harry Sisson looks like a soy boy. Kyle Kulinski is a weirdo. Who else? I'm trying to think. Adam Mockler, they're not real. Oh, sorry. And that is why they've lost so much influence. We want to say things are again. All right? Make America great again. Anyway, let's keep going.
Sometimes it's directly these guys in my replies. So yeah, I don't see anyone adding me on Twitter. I don't have my.
No, bro, you block me. Don't I'm not in your replies there. I'm literally banned. Sorry, I'm here, look, I'll show you guys right now. Look at this. I would cook this dude on Twitter, bro. I'd be racial him so that he got tired of just hit me with the block. Could have keep taking L's.
Oh my God, he's wearing the Helly Hansen too. God, what the heck?
Hey, yo, they don't realize them getting triggered is hilarious to us. These losing their minds is hilarious. So we laugh at these dudes. Yes, give us the liberal tears. Yes, you are so that you get offended over a song and a Helly Hansen hoodie.
Helly Hansen? What?
Helly Hansen vest.
Deontay, oh God, they are so soy.
Soy. So we get out the club, right? This was hilarious. Oh, we're here? We actually kept it going. Yo, so I got out, right? This wasn't caught on camera. So I get out the van and I'm like this, and there's a bunch of black people. Like, as I get out, I'm like this. There's a bunch of black people like, what the f is going on? Shit. Bro, they're like, what the f? Yo! The cameraman didn't get it, but yeah, I definitely threw a Roman when I got off that sprinter, bro.
God, they're so cool. They pause when they open the doors, fake demons. Yeah. The 2026 summit was a rousing success. The area.
Yo, he's just so mad, bro. He doesn't. Yo, he's mad at the aura. Hasan is mad because he's auraless. This is so pissed off that he's auraless.
Race has officially been expanded for initiatives of diversity and inclusion of those committed to the cause. To many more cheers. Yeah, I try to figure out like what's the unifying factor here, because like it certainly isn't race, right? Like, yeah, they're white supremacists, but it's obviously not race.
See, he's such a retard that he thinks that we're white supremacists. See, that's another thing about this. Bro, it's not about us being white supremacists, you it's us understanding like race realism, us understanding the truth when it comes to certain groups of people and pattern recognition, all right? It's called being higher IQ and being able to take yourself out of a situation just because you might identify with that situation. I'll explain. I can sit here and tell you that blacks commit a disproportionate amount of violent crime in America, despite the fact that my skin color is brown. Why? Because I'm not a I can look at facts and report facts, whether it affects me or not, or offends me or not, okay? You can't do that, Hasan, which is why you guys have lost a lot of trust, which is why left-wing media has been losing a lot of relevance and steam over the past few years. You guys cannot report facts if it's offensive, and that is a problem. So it's not about us being white supremacists. It's us just calling out from all the races. The thing is this, no one clips the part where I talk about white being and ruining society. No one talks about when I say white dudes need to stop being. You want to know why? Because white people get on all the time. So it never goes viral. It only goes viral when I talk about blacks. It only goes viral when I talk about, because these are groups of people that are sensitive, that make a big deal out of anything. So that's why. It never goes viral when you talk about white people, bro. So you'll sit there and be like, oh, you know, these guys are white supremacists. They don't talk about white people. Yeah, we do, Dick. We really do. It's just that nobody cares because it's like you and others about white people all day. So it's not novel.
This is unironically a more diverse grouping than like any number of different like DSA meetings. Okay. What's going on in America?
It's called having higher IQ and understanding certain patterns and recognitions, regardless of skin color.
They got more diversity here than a BLM rally. What is happening?
Yeah, facts. So therefore, we're not racist like you claim. Like, bruh, like he doesn't understand that he's defeating his own argument of us being not and bad by being so diverse. He doesn't get it.
What is happening, dude? I guess it's just like they're all tryhards. They're all deeply insecure men. They all hate women. The unification factor here is just like,
okay, we don't hate them, but we all do think that they're stupid. And I think at this point, like, niggas are waking up that they are stupid. Come on, man.
Women ain't shit and deserve less. Like,
misogyny in American culture causes trends and solutions. Man, he's really gonna hate when my book comes out. Why women deserve even less?
That's probably what it is. Bigotry of all different sorts, all different varieties.
Bro, calling people bigots? Bro, right? It's 2026 and you're still calling people bigots, bro? Bro, no wonder these are declining, man.
Religion? None of those are the same religion or even religious. What are you talking about? Dude, it is remarkable. Like, I'm sorry. It is quite remarkable. Like, this isn't to say like, I'm not doing the like all people are homophobic here. You know what I mean? Like, obviously I'm not doing that at all. It's primarily, this movement is primarily still built around like defending the white race and and you know, perceived victimhood and grievances. But like, I cannot get over the diversity of a group of people that are organizing around her. Adolf would have killed all these, like.
No, he wouldn't have, bro. That's another fallacy. Dude, there were literally colored people in the Third Reich. There were that served under him. Bro, that is like one of the biggest propaganda lies that these push out all the time about Adolf. Look, it's documented facts that there were thousands upon thousands of that served under. And not only that, they had positions of power. They had high ranks in the military. Blacks fought with the Nazis, alongside the Nazis. What the is this guy talking about? He had a deep respect for the Islamic faith. He aligned themselves with Arabs. This dude's a bro.
Adolf would have killed himself all over again if he realized this is what his movement represents now. This is who's carrying the flame. Like, it doesn't make sense. I know a lot of people
are playing Hitler. They think like, oh yeah, bro, these dudes are part of the German National Socialist Party.
Will say like, I know a lot of people will say like, oh, Hasan says you like rich guy who's a socialist. Like, there's plenty to dive into within the ideological framework of socialism if we're going to get into it. But like, you literally can't be a black white supremacist. You literally cannot be a who is, you know, Haitian and Filipino. You can't be a Mexican in the United States of America. It makes no sense. Like, it definitionally makes no sense. Like, even in the most maximalist understanding of socialism, the most wrong interpretation of socialism, right? Which means like socialism.
Well, actually, Hasan, one of the only leaders that successfully implemented socialism correctly was Adolf. Actually, isn't that interesting? How Hasan is a socialist himself, wants universal health care and all these other benefits. Really, one of the few leaders that properly and successfully implemented socialism and brought a destroyed economy to a powerhouse was Adolf. He created a labor-backed currency. They went from not even being able to buy bread with wheelbarrows of marks or Deutschmarks, whatever the fuck it's pronounced, to having one of the strongest militaries and one of the strongest economies in only a few years. Families got free housing pretty much here to have kids. Hitler was instrumental in creating an international roadway system, a national roadway system. He created the Volkswagen, an affordable family car. He incentivized to have more children with tax credits, a labor-backed currency. These are all facts. He was on the cover of Time magazine for saving the German economy. But nobody wants to talk about that, do they? They want to talk about this Holocaust shit. 6 million, bro. Not a single person less.
Equals no money. You can still make the argument that you don't die. You just give away your resources at the end when the big socialism ray is, when you get hit with the big socialism ray, you just distribute your finances. Let's say, like, that's the most faulty understanding of socialism. In this concept, you die, right? Like, you can't live with white people as a white supremacist. None of this makes sense.
Yeah, bro, nobody is a white supremacist. That's another thing about this guy is like, they don't get it. Like, anything where you advocate for white people is considered white supremacy. Like, if I say something like, yo, it's kind of that like white dudes get shafted and shit on for everything, that's considered white supremacy. Like, if I say America should stay the way it was founded, a Christian majority white country, that's considered white supremacy. Okay, by that logic, Hasan, does that mean that I practice Saudi supremacy, Arab supremacy, if I say Saudi Arabia should stay the way it was founded and stay ruled by Arabs? Huh? If I say, because he loves China so much, if I say China should stay a Chinese majority society, would that mean that I'm a Chinese supremacist? Well, why is it that me saying that a country should be able to stay majority the way that it was founded, why is that immediately met with white supremacy when I talk about it in the United States? When I talk about it in other countries, it's not met with that. I'll tell you why. because it's okay to have a nation of any race except white people. You guys notice that? You guys notice that? Every other country can preserve their race, preserve their people, with no pejorative racial terms being attributed to them. But if white people say, look, we want to maintain our country, you guys can be here. We want to maintain a majority white race of a white Christian-founded country. White supremacy, it's absolutely ludicrous. You go to Mexico, yeah, we want to have a Mexican majority country. Ain't nobody get mad. We want Japan. We want to have a Japanese majority country. Nobody get mad. You go to Nigeria. We want to have a Nigeria majority country. Nobody gives a f. You go to the UAE. Hey, you can come here as a foreigner, but you can't vote. You can even be the majority, but we're going to have all the power. And you guys will only be the majority in Dubai. All the other places we're the majority. Nobody get mad. Dudes run a apartheid criminal justice system. See, and here's the thing. They get mad because I'm saying facts. Why can every other group of people practice ethno-nationalism, practice preservation of their people, practice preservation of their nation by the founding people, except for white people? And then you want to sit there and call me an or a for saying the truth. If like Tariq Nasheed, or in other words, Tariq Nasheed, or Dr. Umar Johnson want to talk about Pan-Africanism or black nationalism, why can't whites have white nationalism without being labeled a fucking white supremacist and losing their jobs? And this ridiculous double standard and hypocrisy is precisely why I call a lot of these. I'm just keeping things consistent. I'm just being fair. But see, here's the problem with progressives. In order for liberals and progressives to do what they do, they need to have a common enemy. They need to have an oppressor. Who is the oppressor? White men. In their eyes, since they founded this country, since they have a majority of the wealth in this country, even though we know it's actually, that's another thing, but they look like they're white. They look at it like, okay, it's totally okay to be racist towards them and ostracize them and marginalize them because they have all the power, not knowing that they're practicing the very racism that their progressive ideology is supposed to combat. And this is why they hate me, bro. This is why like Hasan, like Tariq Nasheed, like Dr. Umar Johnson, that's why these hate me and they won't debate me. Tariq Nasheed told Sean, right, that he would only debate for 70,000. What? Number one, if anyone should get paid, it's me. Number two, you're not that relevant. Number three, you're clearly putting up a high price like that because you know your ideology is and won't win within the confinements of an actual debate. I need 70K. Get the fuck out of here. Smoking fucking crack. Think somebody gonna pay him that?
I don't know. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is beyond, like, I guess the unseriousness of this movement. Like, they don't give a shit. It's more so just to be contrarian. Like, look at us. We're so edgy. Like, they're 14-year-olds. Like, it genuinely feels like these are like emotionally and mentally stunted adults that just got trapped in like the 14-year-old mindset. And that's the reason why they're doing this, to be like, ooh, look at how edgy we are. Right?
No, it's called, we don't give a fuck, bro. It's not about being, oh, look at how edgy we are. It's like, we just don't give a shit. All right, like we're being ourselves. We're being how a lot of guys are, actually. And we're not scared of it. And we're tired of fucking apologizing for it too.
Maybe it's a little bit of self-hatred and internalized white supremacy. Is the in-group that Sartre described and termed as the anti-Semite. He believed that the group would invent their own group to be prejudiced against if they didn't have people. It's just for the bag and content, bro. That's it.
Not at all. Do you not, if it's for the bag and content, this content is actually the most volatile content that will get you banned. I've always said that JQing, being racist, talking about certain like this you don't do for money. If your goal is to be money, you be a progressive, okay? Doing this for money is absolutely career suicide. Absolutely career suicide. So what is it talking about?
Why is there no holding from the right holding these guys the account either? That's the other thing that I don't understand, where like there are, for the most part, it's
and the other thing too also you guys got to keep in mind is like, keep in mind that Hasan has never really been censored. Okay, he's never been banned off platforms. Like the dude literally called for the death of a US senator and he only got 24-hour ban. Like, progressives don't deal with censorship. They still have full active TikToks. They still have full access to all their social media. No demonetization, nothing, okay? Keep that in mind. They still have full social media reign and availability, yet they're still not as relevant as us. That should tell you something. I'm demonetized on YouTube. Nick is banned everywhere. Cinco just got his YouTube back. Clav is banned on YouTube. The tapes are banned everywhere. How is it that people that have a margin, right, a fraction of the social media presence that these other individuals have, where they're on TikTok and Instagram, the two biggest apps when it comes to actual growth with zero hindrance, how is it that we are still more relevant than these? I'll tell you why. Because our ideology trumps theirs. People are able to identify with us way more than them.
It's like right-wingers that will say, Hasan, you're rich but a socialist. That doesn't make sense, right? But there are still leftists who genuinely also believe that.
He's not just rich. His family is filthy rich. We're talking here like these dudes are like aristocrats in Turkey, guys. That's undersaying it.
Faulty notion. And yet
he is a champagne socialist for sure.
You genuinely cannot be a black white supremacist and like survive.
But you will never admit that Adolf was one of the few leaders that successfully pulled off socialism. But then he's sucking off Mao. This dude is over here in China, simping for the Chinese with the little red book. Estimates the number of people who died under the leadership of Mao, founder of China's People's Republic of China, range from 40 to 70 million. 40 to 70 million, bro. And it's simping over him. But he gets mad at top H, bro.
Fatality.
Bruh, these man, look. I was in China not too long ago. Look at this.
No worries.
Dallas Stars fan.
Dallas Stars. Dallas Stars.
Yeah.
What is this?
Straight.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, is that a Bible?
Hey, what's going on?
So he gets a gift, right? Nigga.
No problem, chat.
Oh, no way. It's a small one.
And it's the first version.
It's the first. Wait.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah, it's the first version before the 70 million got killed. First edition.
Is that a Bible?
No, that's the little red book.
The little red book?
The little red book. It's the red Bible is what it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Some may say more important than the Bible.
Especially over here.
Yep.
Yeah, I know.
That's crazy.
Okay, these were incredible. Well, they weren't very rare at the time, but this is a red book. Okay, quotations from the chairman Mao Zedong.
Don't forget, this dude right here, Mao Zedong, who killed 70 million people. Bro, the hypocrisy is crazy. These think that I don't know history, bro. This over here complaining about with alleged 6 million. This dude was worse, way worse, man. This dude was the Chinese Grim Reaper, bro. And look at him, so happy to get that book. You could be happy about the red book. It killed 70 million. Look, I could be happy about Minecraft. Come on, man. Come on, bro.
And this is an English version from I guess from 1966. Okay, so initially they actually started printing these. I mean, there were so many that they printed of these, and I think by this point they did not want the English versions to be printed. So they tried to secure all the copies back, and this is really, really special. Thank you. So that's crazy. Wait, what's
Yeah, Jimmer, we will.
You can call me Zulu.
what?
You can call me Zulu.
Zulu. Thank you so much. This is incredible. Wow. This is literally what I talked about on the stream like the first day. I was like, I want one of the English copies of the OG Red Book. That's amazing.
That's legendary loot.
By the way, you haven't given anything to Austin for his birthday, so.
Yeah.
Are you going to the side of the first CPC National Congress?
You could, like, take a
You'll
peek at
nerd out if you go there. I went there last year. Let me show you this pic I took. You'll want to take a pic in front of this.
Oh, wow.
Like, can you imagine?
Wow, that's sick.
So, I mean,
Yeah, bro is literally out here worshiping mass murderers, but mad at me about playing Hail Mary, bro.
Right? You inevitably die at the end of this, like whatever you are perceiving as a utopian society, like you're dead, right? And what's confusing to me is,
And those aren't even the craziest clips, chat. It gets way crazier, man.
like there's no like ideological purity on the right. There's no like purity spiraling on the right where they go, hold on, why are all of our guys black and brown? Your hairline is receding? Question mark. Is that why you're wearing too many hats recently? No H is checking. No, it's literally because I just don't do my hair and it's getting long already, even though I just got it cut. Why are you so parasocial? Also, I like wearing
Bro has a weird fan base.
a hat every now and then. JD Vance's wife is named Usher, and his kid's name calling Vivek Lamont. I know, but it just doesn't make sense. Yeah, I know. ADL is finally on the case. A group of influencers who bolster anti-Semitism in their hateful behavior walk into a club in Miami and request Ye's high song. No, this isn't the setup of a joke. It actually happened. And guess what? The nightclub shamefully obliged. Why would a nightclub play a song that glorifies and was banned by multiple
Of course the ADL is crying, bro. Of course.
platforms? Imagine being out for a fun night and now you're surrounded by people performing salutes to a song that glorifies the individual responsible for murdering 6 million other Jews. This is not okay. Vendome, Miami. Care to explain? Yeah, what movement do these guys represent, ADL? Who are these people? Oh, that's right. It's because I wasn't there. That's the reason why they're not that mad. You know what I mean? ADL was like, you know, I guess you guys were having an extended quirky moment, just like Elon Musk. You know, remember when the ADL said Elon Musk was having like a weird quirky moment? It was just an awkward gesture that Elon Musk had done. Maybe these guys were just doing awkward gestures over and over again, right? It's just like, I guess it speaks to like the lack of seriousness of it all, where it's more so just about like the reaction that they're trying to get out of people. Like, look at us, we're so bad. It's just, I feel like I'm a crazy person sometimes, like, or maybe I'm the only sane person. I don't know, because
no, you're just being a dude. Like that, it literally just is that simple. Like you're just being a tone policing dude, like all progressives are.
2 years were spent with all of these like supposedly anti-Semitism combating institutions actively attacking the platform that I'm on, demanding that I lose my livelihood, demanding that I lose my...
Yeah, and here's the thing. You've never had to deal with that. They demanded it, but you still didn't get banned. Like Hasan didn't really get people coming after him trying to cancel him until this year.
Platform.
We've been dealing with this shit since the beginning.
Because of my consistent anti-Zionist position.
It's not Zionists that are just hitting you up, bro. It's you're too to say it. And the thing that Hasan doesn't get is whether you call it anti-Zionism or or you talk about, they're gonna call you an anti-Semite no matter what. So stop yourself. Call it what it is. Organize, where these niggas work together to us up.
Right? Like, not because I'm anti-Semite.
And I tried to give this an olive branch, but he was too scared.
Medic, I fight against.
Then he gets mad. We have the party and is not invited.
Against anti-Semitism openly and all the time, right? And very consistently, as a matter of fact. And it's so crazy to me that the very same institutions that spent every waking moment trying to actively come after me and everyone else that had anything to say about were attacked viciously. The platforms were attacked. They threatened everybody.
Yes, because run America, Hasan, you not seeing this yet. It doesn't matter if you criticize it or they're gonna come after you, dude. Dude is so dumb.
Around and all this shit is just, they're just letting it slide. Brad Palumbo says, yes, we know.
No, it's because we don't give a fuck anymore. That's why. We're not gonna let these tell us what we can and can't say, dude. That's why.
I think he's right. He's like a gay Republican or a gay rhino. Yo, Nick, I'm gonna go bring some girls over. Fuentes, nah, I'm good.
Yo, Nick, I'm gonna bring some girls over for you.
I feel like incels see them with these women and think that's cool. I need to be a non. I don't think anyone thinks this is cool. I think the
Sir, if you only knew. If you only knew.
Incels that look at this and think it's cool are already so lost in the sauce. Most normies look at this and go, this is the most repulsive shit I've ever seen.
No, they actually say that's funny, and these guys actually have the balls to do this shit publicly. Real.
I've yet to encounter a human being in the wild that, like, I feel like this is embarrassing even for like the groypers, you know what I mean? Only homophobic, not even repulsed by the song. Yeah, I think even right-wingers are just like calling these guys the F slur over and over again, talking about how gay they are and shit. We have to try real hard to make Smokin' look lame, and somehow they did it. This is the kind of guy who thinks these guys are
straight
based.
Man, vaginas are badly optimized interfaces, and I would prefer them evolutionarily eradicated. Aesthetically speaking, are chaos incarnate. They make hardly any sense. There's no standard layout, no symmetry, no visual logic. Folds on folds, lips of random lengths, hidden bits, and inconsistent shapes. Sorry, can you go back?
Repeat all of that. Just
I almost want you to start over.
No,
I really think you have to go slow.
Yeah.
So you have to go really
I think about this quite a bit. I'm serious. I think about like the psychology behind like the right-wing movement and where it's going. And I genuinely think these guys have basically of things that exist in like the normal American political conventions. So they have to be unconventional because there's a constant need to up the ante. And when the administration, the Trump administration, is just like doing 1488 memes and you know, talking about how America's future for white children must be secured and all this stuff, like they have to do something that rises above. And that's something that rises above in this endless need of making sure the eyeballs are on you is to be endlessly contrarian or endlessly up the ante. And I think
no, dude, what he doesn't understand is that it's not endlessly contrarian or endlessly upping it. It's about being annoyed by being silenced all the time. We're fucking sick of it, dude. Ever since the Obama era, we've had this annoying era where you can't say what's on your mind for fear of offending people. And quite frankly, it's been going on for the better part of a decade, and we're tired of it, dude. Like the landslide victory of Donald Trump in 2024 was symbolic as to people's fatigue with the political correctness, because we got another 4 years of Obama with Biden, and people said, no, thank you. We don't want this anymore. Get the fuck out of here with this. That is why Trump won in the fucking landslide, dude. We're tired of the censorship. We're tired of the you know, tone policing and everything else like that. That's why. It's not about being a contrarian or being edgy. It's about telling the establishment, F you, you're annoying as f. We just want to say what we want to say. Not have to worry about anything.
To the best of their ability, because the norm has now shifted in their direction. And sometimes I think maybe it's for some kind of ideological purpose. I'm sure this serves some kind of ideological goal for the likes of Nicholas Fuentes. But I can't understand where we're going. This ain't news. Okay, brother. Well, you know, take a week off, I think.
It actually is news. We are literally dominating the headlines, and everyone and their mom is losing their mind.
First of all, it's Sunday. Like, who's Justin Waller, by the way? I think Justin Waller, first of all, they all love wearing skin tight suits. That's their favorite thing. Justin Waller is one of those guys that's like in the Trump orbit. Like, he has photos. He's like, all of these guys are like Barron Trump's favorite content creators, by the way. Just want to help you guys understand like where we're at culturally. Oh no, women are too unique. Their body's a wonderland of their own. My steak too juicy. My lobster too buttery. Is the necessity of engagement? Is the algorithm demanding they rage bait to stay relevant? Yeah, I mean, one version of this, of course, is also what Nick Fuentes has been doing, defending Jeffrey Epstein. You know, guy who basically said every person is actually a part of a pedophilic cabal, unironically has like a moment where he could directly point to a real example of a guy who happens to be who is running like an international trafficking of children ring, but because he has to defend the Trump administration because he's actively trying to win favor with the Trump administration, or because he's not to be an endless contrarian.
He's been one of the biggest critics of Trump on the right by far. Like, what the fuck are you lying for? Incredible, dude.
Has decided to defend Jeffrey.
And I like how he's taking like the comments about Epstein like completely out of context, like all the other oh my God.
Epstein on the virtues of pedophilia, right? Nick Fuentes says Epstein was cool as fuck and has accepted his role as a villain and doesn't care about being canceled.
Sometimes you got to be the villain. Epstein's my boy, dude. Let's just be honest. Epstein was cool as fuck. There, I said it. What are you going to do? Go ahead, cancel me. Yeah, I said it. Jeffrey Epstein was cool as fuck. Now what? Go ahead, cancel me. Do it. So
look at how Hasan is like losing it. It's like, oh shit.
Sometimes we have to be the villain. Sometimes we have to be on a villain arc. That's okay. I'll be a little unpopular. I've been unpopular before. I like it better.
Yeah, he wants to be the new Charlie Kirk. I say he's really trying to be the next Charlie Kirk.
Not really. Charlie Kirk never really wanted to be the villain. This is why he was on the good side of the lobby, why he always tried to appease his donors. Like, he was like always on the more financially backside. Guys, you guys do realize like Turning Point is like a huge organization that needs a lot of money to operate the way that they do. You can't do that off of YouTube AdSense. I'm sorry. Okay. You're going to need donors to run those huge events that they were running.
And people mistook what I meant here. Like, I'm not talking about like he wants to get Charlie Kirk. I'm saying like Charlie Kirk played a role in defending the administration. Whichever way the administration was going, Charlie would have to also.
Yes, because Charlie was a Trump supporter. Charlie ran his ground game, but the rest of us aren't. We're like kind of ostracized by a lot of the MAGA movement.
Play along and play ball and be a propagandist, right? First and foremost, his highest priority was defending Donald Trump. So famously, even after he made a big ordeal about Jeffrey Epstein, potentially even being a Mossad agent and whatnot, when the Trump administration came down and gave him a boss call and said, shut the fuck up about this, he very famously said, I'm going to stop talking about this, right? And I think that's the role that he's trying to play as well. It's either that, or he's like increasingly trying to up the ante because this is how he makes his money, right? This is how he gets his popularity. Brother, we are not cordial or wish well to. Wait, what? What led you to believe that I am wishing him well at all. What? Did I even say anything?
See, this is what I mean when I say these people are sick. If they like, this is the problem with these guys. The left claims to be tolerant of other viewpoints, but they're not. And as a matter of fact, not only are they not tolerant, they want you to die, chat. These people are sick in the head. They want you to die, okay? They look at it like, oh, you don't deserve to live because you don't have the same political ideology as me. I want you to die. And not only do I want you to die, I will go ahead and enact you dying if I can get away with it. That's how they move, these
in the same zip code as that. Just listen to my fucking words, man. I'm crying. Right-wingers just calling these guys performative. I don't know what the right-wingers are doing. I mean, SL, maybe I misheard. I apologize. No, I did not say anything remotely positive about him or remotely cordial about him. But I think, yeah, he's just like doing this stuff.
Yeah, they don't look at us as humans, guys. That's the thing with these people. Like, they think like violence is totally cool against us, and they laugh.
Over and over again in an effort to keep up the intensity. It's like, what is the most indefensible thing, right? What is the most indefensible thing you can find? What's the most indefensible thing you can encounter? It's defending Jeffrey Epstein. So that's it. You are sort of being charitable, saying he's trying to be the next Kirk. He's not. He's being a disgusting neo. You think that would, if you think that's being charitable, then you think Charlie Kirk is actually, somewhat better. No, I'm saying Charlie Kirk is a grifter. He was a regime grifter. And Nick Fuentes is actively trying to become the regime grifter to take over the space that Charlie Kirk left.
So then why does he criticize Trump every show there? What are you talking about, dude? This guy's like, dude, like if you're going to talk like at least like research the content properly so you can properly critique it and say what you got to say. Like
unoccupied.
Hasan is like one of those guys that like will watch like 2 minutes of something and think he knows like everything else and like just be blatantly wrong. Bro reads like a part of the Cliff Notes and thinks he knows what he's talking about.
By getting killed. I just watched your video on Jake Lanning. I grew up in the same town as him. Guy's an absolute fraud. His dad Ned is rich as fuck. Owns a few Roto-Rooter franchises. The town is tiny, literally one traffic light. Oh, hell yeah.
Well, yeah, Jake Lang is also a Jew. Why are we surprised?
Yeah, Poop is trying to become and this guy's like, well, how dare you? Kind of feels like you're defending. Fair. I took it as he's trying to aspire to be more than what he is, which is really seems like he's doing the opposite, aspiring to be less. No, in the Republican side, less is more. That's what he's doing. On the reactionary side, it's upside down world, okay? Good is bad. Bad is good. So the more reactionary you are, the dumber you are, the worse your commentary is, the more toxic it is, the more eyeballs and attention you get. And I think that's what he's leaning into. What is this? Bros in a room full of Andrew Tate, Nick Fuentes, Tristan Tate, Myron, etc. And he's distracted by a random. This is why controlling lust is important. I mean, I don't even understand it, dude. I don't.
She interrupted our conversation. That's why.
Understand it. It's just lame. Like, yeah. Reminder that Eric Adams hosted Sneeko at Gracie Mansion. Obviously, that was not that big of a deal for the ADL at all, as a matter of fact. And at that point, Sneeko was a Holocaust denier too. I mean, he still is, but he was back then as well. So yeah, that's where we're at with these guys.
Bro, so bad, bro.
I found Nick Fuentes' future plan. The look maxer is right. Heightism is worse than lookism. Okay. One of the things Fuentes originally made a name for himself was on exposing, in air quotes, other ultra-conservative pundits by bringing up their Thiel Zionist big tech network and emphasizing its ties to Epstein law. Yeah. I mean, it's just, I guess at a certain point, when you get to a certain point in your career, you have to make these decisions where you have to, let Peter Thiel turn you inside out, right?
What?
And that's where he's at.
Bro, what the fuck are you talking about? He's been talking about Palantir and Alex Karp for forever. Bro, Hasan just lies.
At a turning point in his career, I guess you could say, no pun intended, where you make the decision on if you are going to be a blood boy for Peter Thiel or if you're going to continue doing your reactionary commentary on the side. He decided to carry the flame. We are Charlie Kirk. Has always traveled with security or something. How have they not been dogpiled by these streets? No, they always have security. His blood boy years are almost over. TikTok. I mean, yeah, when I say blood boy, I'm using it as a catch-all terminology. Let's be real. It is interesting to me because like he's been doing this. He literally said Jeffrey Epstein wasn't bad because he was a pet. Jeffrey Epstein is bad because he was Jewish. Like,
no, that's not what he said. He said what people forget besides the ring was that the ring was used to cover up an Israeli PSYOP intelligence operation. That's what he said. Because people get hung up on the stuff. But what he was saying was, don't forget that this was all done in furtherance of an Israeli intelligence operation. See how like he purposely like left that out? Incredible, bro. Disingenuous reporting, leaving out critical elements.
That's not like, and also was maybe.
Buzz Killington, did you see this Minfear? Did I see what? Did you see Kyrie Irving say the world is a stage and full of terrible actors last week? I did not see that.
Potentially spying for that's what he said. What does Epstein being cool have to do with Peter Thiel? Think about it. A lot of these guys like Peter Thiel and Palantir and all these other guys are connected to not only the state of the same financial elites that are deeply intertwined with Jeffrey Epstein. Think, and you will understand. Think about it. The pedophilic elite that we're talking about. But also trying to make sense of this commentary beyond that is also kind of silly because you have to remember this guy is a Mexican white supremacist, right? Like none of it makes sense. None of it really makes sense. Nothing going on here is redeemable or makes sense at all. I will say, however, that there are people that are clowning on him even in his own audience. Like I've seen a lot of people even in the Nick Fuentes, like former Groyper audience, that are like shitting on his like pivot that they've seen in general. Be a neo, lie to convince people to cabal of Jews control the world. Jewish guy operates a secret cabal of child trafficking tied to the most powerful people on earth. Perfect piece of propaganda. Come to his defense. Like it just doesn't make any sense. It's like the Alex Jones situation, right? Alex Jones spent his entire life talking about how people were going to get black bagged off the streets and arrested and sent to God knows where, and that like an international consortium of pedophilic elites are actually running the entire show. And now that it is straightforwardly happening, now that it is straight up happening in real time, in broad daylight, these guys have to sit there and defend it. You know, they have to sit there and defend it because it's their guy doing it. Anyway, the boys after playing the club, Vendome, I guess, came out with a statement. Yeah. We are aware of a video circulating online from one of our venues that includes content and imagery that are deeply offensive and
portrayed.
We want to be unequivocally clear. Vendome and our hospitality group do not condone anti-Semitism, hate speech, prejudice of any kind. These values are fundamentally opposed to who we are and environments we strive to create. We are currently conducting an internal review to understand the circumstances surrounding how this request song came to be played during a bottle parade, and we will take immediate action to hold the responsible parties accountable. Our ownership and leadership reflects a diverse group of partners, backgrounds, and faiths, including members of the Jewish community. We are deeply disturbed by the harm caused by this incident and the circulation of this footage. As our review proceeds, we are evaluating additional safeguards and procedures to ensure our venues are not used as platforms for offensive and harmful behavior. We take this matter seriously and will continue to act thoughtfully and responsibly as we complete our
2 different
review.
Sessions, so you guys
there's a huge community in Miami Beach, so it's crazy that was allowed.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to have a huge community anywhere for that to be allowed. That's just like across the board, the maximum up position you can arrive at, you know? But it also happens to be Florida, so I feel like it's the only place on the planet where this could have happened. You know what I mean? Dave Portnoy died for this. Oh, you know Dave Porkboy's is going to say some shit. I feel like no Hitler
is going to cry like a bitch.
Songs doesn't need to be a written rule. Yeah, it is Miami though. And if there's one place where that could have happened, it is Miami. The fact that the damn song was even on the tapes to be played is all insane. I mean, ultimately, I am more like, this is not even like offensive politics. Like, oh, I take offense. This is hurtful. This is harmful. At this point, it's like, I feel like that's like silly to even bring up. Like every aspect of this is ridiculous. You know, every aspect of this incident is ridiculous. And it's the ridiculousness of it's the ridiculousness in and of itself that these guys are trying to heighten, I guess. It's jester. Yeah, to use a terminology from clavicular, it is jester behavior. I can't comprehend like what goes into to behave like this. I also think it's pretty funny that this is always wearing that same like oven shirt.
Yeah, he's so bad. He's so mad, bro. He's mad because my merch gets way more recognition than his does, despite the fact that he has a band.
Cause denial shirt with a Cookie Monster. That shit's got to smell so bad, bro. Every time I see this on camera, he's wearing the same exact.
I have like 7 of them, but that's fine.
Sweatshirt, bro.
I literally have like 7 of them, but it's better than this purple Barney thing you got on.
Another sweatshirt. Like, honestly, buy another like Holocaust denying sweatshirt. Why is it always the same one?
We got a new one. Don't worry, coming in store soon.
Like you couldn't get 2? There's not another. You could have worn like the, I don't know, Paper Beats Rock sweatshirt or something. Like it's crazy. He's Steve Jobsing it. It's the same Cookie Monster, let him cook, oven, Holocaust.
Yeah, they're so funny. They said his closet full of them. You're damn right. Yo, the fact that they get so triggered by hoodie is what makes this hilarious.
Denial shirt that he wears everywhere, bro, is crazy. That's his merch. Oh my God.
Yeah, it's
crazy.
mine.
Stop putting him on the game. He has multiple of those shirts. He is neither fresh nor fit. Yeah, he is fed. Don't shame him because he's poor. I don't know. It's just
poor. That's funny when they say that.
Every part of this is this clown behavior. It's a goddamn clown car, dude. They're lame.
Yeah, the hating is just crazy. What is the name of the club? So we can mass 1-star for violation of First Amendment at their venue. Yeah, what they don't realize is by them like caving, they're actually gonna like lose support by caving.